Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacob Ferguson, and today we're going to be looking at Down Under versus the World, Episode 3, The Queens Were Tasked to Do Snatch Game, and category on the runway was Tropical Fruits, which is basically a Pride Party Down Under. That's what the runway was named after. They just did actual tropical fruits. We have a lot to get into today. I feel like I backed the wrong thing to actually make videos on. Like, I'm doing Down Under versus the World when I should have been doing Canada All-Stars, because Canada All-Stars has been kind of interesting. And this season is kind of like, and I'm Denise. Like, it's not, like, it's kind of happening. And people have a lot to express about it. Mostly that Nicole Paige Brooks is gone, and people don't like that. And I'm gonna just tell you this right now. The only reason that I'm watching this season is not because of the American Queens. It is to expand my horizons on Down Under drag, on Filipino drag, on Lala Ree drag, I guess, on Michael Maruli, getting to know her more. So I'm not really in this for the American Queens, except for Lala Ree. I mean, I love Lala Ree, so icon. But I'm not really in this for the American Queens. I didn't really care that Raven was on. I was surprised, but I didn't really like if she had competed, I would be giving her tens. I would be critiquing her just like I would be anybody else. But Nicole wasn't really like a if she gets eliminated, I stop watching type thing. And I would encourage you guys to do the same, despite the fact that this is the Denise of the Drag Race seasons. Go watch it. Like, go give these queens your love, because God knows they need it. I watched the kick-ons. It had Karen from Finance and somebody else who I forgot the name of, and I do apologize for that, but I do remember Karen from Finance. And honestly, Karen from Finance is weird. I don't know how to feel about Karen from Finance. There's a part of me that's like, yeah, bring the bitch back, sure. But then there's another part of me that's like, yeah, but she didn't really do that good the first time around. I mean, she made top 4, but she didn't really do that great the first time around. Karen said during kick-ons there were a lot of production issues and stuff like that, especially in regards to her run on the first season. And I mean that's really all the tea that I have from that kick-ons, other than the fact that it did confirm that Maxi Shield was supposed to be on Down Under versus the World with them. Art and her were doing a gig together. Both of them got the call for Down Under versus the World and immediately told the other guest this week that wasn't Karen from Finance, and I apologize that I forgot your name. And then Maxi's health declined and she had to drop out. And I feel so bad about that. Again, I said my piece about Maxi Shield last week. I loved her so much. She is a phenomenal, phenomenal queen. I forgot who she was going to do, but she was going to do somebody, and it was going to be really funny for Snatch Game. But unfortunately, she had to drop out. No tea on who replaced her, but I do feel really bad about that. Rest in peace, Maxi. So we enter back into the workroom. Nicole's gone. And Floor also chose Nicole's lipstick. And we kind of get this thing where it is Down Under versus the World. Art basically says that she wants to keep all of the Down Under queens safe and not eliminate any of them. And production, in like a Telltale game, production will remember that for later. And by later, I do mean like later in like probably 2 days. They'll remember that because they're gonna fuck with Art Simone for a little bit. Art Simone is currently undefeated in lip syncs too, except for when Coco Jumbo sent her home that one time, and then she made it to the top 4 and then got cut again. But she's kind of been undefeated. She has 2 lip syncs now because, spoiler alert, I mean the episode's been out for a hot minute, so yeah, they're she gets another lip sync win here, but let's talk about it. Let's see how she got there. Let's start with the Snatch Game. So who is everybody playing? So we have Vibe as Bette Midler, who has never been done for Snatch Game before, and I'm surprised. Because, we've had Alexis Michelle on here multiple times, and she hadn't done Bette Midler. Jinx Monsoon, Bette Midler, Plasma could have done Bette Midler. Anybody could have done Bette Midler, who's like a Broadway theater queen. So Vibe being the first one was kind of iconic of her. We have Floor as Rowan Atkinson, who is a comedian, best known as Mr. Bean, but he also voiced Zazu in the original Lion King. Let me think here. We had Miss Jade So playing the universe, just the universe. We have Coco Jumbo as Barry White, Lala Ree as Rick James, Art Simone as Jane Turner, Nikita Iman as Mary Jane, or the personification of weed. Who else? Michael Maruli as Tim Curry. And yes, I am fully aware that Tim Curry is back behind me. We will talk about it in a minute. And who else is on this godforsaken season? No offense, by the way. I'm just trying to think. Estrella. How could I forget? She's playing Charo. I feel like I'm missing a Down Under queen. And no, I'm not. I'm not missing a Down Under queen. And I guess that's that's 9. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about their impersonations kind of in detail. Not very much in detail, but kind of in detail. Let's start with the winner, Art Simone. Sure, why not? So as Jane Turner, I have seen more Jane Turner on Down Under than I have anywhere else. And I don't really know who Jane Turner is. Now, as far as it being funny, I guess the accent was the thing that was making it funny. She did a hard Australian accent and did like a play on words where she would say something that sounded dirty, but it wasn't. And like, it was funny, it was fine, but I didn't guffaw or laugh as much at her performance as I did 2 others. 1 second. I was gonna pause that, but now it's in the video. It'll be what it'll be. At least I don't have snot dripping down my nose. Looking like Grisabella from 2019 Cats. Jesus Christ. Let's talk about Art Simone in more detail. So the wig was accurate to Jane Turner. I guess I've seen a little bit of Kath and Kim, not a lot, because I don't really I don't know that very much. All I remember is Little Baby Cheeses, and I guess that is kind of the punchline with Kath and Kim, is that she'll be saying something and then somebody will interpret it the exact opposite way and show up with something that is not at all what she asked for. And just like with the statue of Little Baby Jesus, Little Baby Cheeses, I guess. And I guess Art Simone was playing off of that. I found it funny, but I didn't find it laugh out loud, like rolling on the floor funny. She gets a cream, though. I mean, she did a good job. And on the runway, now she did Passion Fruit as her runway category. And at first I hated it. I love the jacket, I love the hair, but I found it a bit too simple. But now that I have looked at it more, simple is sometimes fine. We don't need to be fully encrusting ourselves in diamonds to be doing drag. The way that she was able to pair this purple and orange and yellow together, I almost said orange. What am I, a Clemson Tiger? Purple and yellow together, and make her waist cinched in, and the the beads and like the jewels and stuff being reminiscent of the seeds. It was all just really, really, really good and really put together and really nice. So she also gets a cream for that. Let's talk about Vibe. As Bette Midler, she did okay. I wouldn't have put her in the top two, but she did okay. Like she did fine. I enjoyed her performance. She was Bette Midler. She was all of that. However, when Miss Jade So was going on her little tangents as the universe, I would have fully, as Bette Midler, interrupted her and said, "Somebody tell me, when is it my turn?" Because she was Rose and Gypsy, I would have played into more of like the pop culture references, maybe a little bit more than just, not to be silly here, but the vibes of Bette Midler. But Vibe did that. She played into the vibes of Bette Midler, made a couple of jokes here or there about her being old. I would have like made a reference to a rosebud instead of the rose. I would have said, "My new song is coming out, The Rose," and then like flip down the little thing and it says Bud. You know, like it would have been funny. Right now, I go through who I would actually want to play, and currently it's Kathy Mitchell. Kathy Mitchell is an infomercial lady who is so like iconic. I would turn every single answer into a product placement. It would just be like, Lazy Susan's so lazy. Instead of getting up to do the dishes, she blanks. And I've been like, does she have trouble doing the dishes? Here's my new extendo arm. Whatever. That's not a really funny answer. That's a really simple answer. But it would be more off the cuff. Like, here's a bowl of rice. I don't know. Obviously, I can't do it like off the cuff quite yet. But, I don't really think the Snatch Game is about like celebrity impersonation anymore, as it just is make RuPaul laugh. And, well, in this case, Michelle. So Michelle was having fun, so we were all having fun with her. It's a cream for Vibe, and on the runway she is watermelon, and it's also a cream. I love the suit. I love that. I understand why she had the white on there. I do wish that the white was a little tiny bit tinier than like these big slabs of white on her chest, but I mean, nitpicks, am I right? She looks absolutely iconic in this. Look, I love it. It's a cream. She did a really good job. Next up is, who else Coco Jumbo. Let's talk about her. So Coco Jumbo plays Barry White, and I love it so much. I would have put her in the top over Vibe. Because I love her. That being said, her runway look kind of shows why she wasn't in the top two. Her Barry White wanted to screw Michelle Visage, and I live for that. I do think that was a funny little thing, especially since you have Rick James up there, who is a ladies' man, and Lala Ree turned extremely gay. We have Barry White just kind of being a straight man. And then Coco would also sometimes like go back into her gay voice, like, "Oh, fuck." Like, funny. She was just funny. And, like, I don't know how she did it. Because if we look back on Snatch Game Season 1, she was pure awful. Now, do I agree that Art Simone should have been in the bottom? No. I actually agree. I actually think that Karen from Finance or Scarlett Adams should have been in the bottom over Art Simone for Snatch Game. Coco was definite bottom. Coco was not good in that. But like the quick turnaround of her doing horribly and then actually being good, icon. Now her runway look, I love the print on this. I love the fact that it is her culture and all of that, and I love the fact that she chose coconut. Just one note. I don't need a full glug of water. I don't need the waist to be a Violet Chachki waist. I don't need her to be, I need her, but just a little, just a tiny bit of like a cinch in the middle there, like would make the shape a bit more pleasing. But like again, she's not Violet Chachki. She does not need to like really bring her waist in. But like, other than that, like, just a tiny. Her mug is stamped. It's always been stamped, but I'm gonna say that it's stamped constantly because she's the mug of the season. I don't want to hear it. Okay, she is Puss Puss Magoo's the house down. And I loved her Snatch game, and I love this outfit. I do agree with Michelle that if she had lined it with white, it would have made more sense to be a coconut. You look like you fell out of a coconut tree? Huh. I had to put that in there. I had to, because Kamala Harris. Ayo, love you, Kamala. I voted for you. But other than like the tiny little thing of having her waist a tiny bit like more present, fine. 10 out of 10. And I'm saying all of this because I don't want to body shame Coco Jumbo. I love Coco Jumbo. And I know she's going on a weight journey and stuff like that during the season. And I hope that she has, like, that her body image is a lot better than what it is currently on the show. I hope that she's found peace with herself. Because in any size, she is absolutely fabulous. But just a tiny little bit of a 10. She gets 2 creams, coconut cream pie. Yeah, it's great. Fabulous. Coconut is actually my favorite fruit when it's paired with chocolate. And my favorite fruit other than that is grapes. I freaking love grapes, man. Like, come on. How could you not? I don't want any grape haters in the comments, okay? Grapes are good, except for the grapes of wrath. Next up, let's talk about Estrella, because I'm going from top to bottom here, and Estrella could have been in the top 2 for me. Charo. So the tea is that as an audience, there are 3, as an American audience, I fear that as a society, we have relegated Spanish and Mexican stereotypes to more of, one night a week food. Charo, Sofia Vergara, and Beverly Hills Chihuahua. And George Lopez. Anything George Lopez. And so when people play, when get down, she's who I would play. I would play my cat. She's more famous than I am at this point. Get down, you beast. It's because, okay, 1 minute. I don't think that her food bowl is up. It's empty. Okay, come on, Mama. I understand why she's bugging me now. Though I do have to say that, if she had missed this meal, she would have been able to survive for about a week on the fat alone, because she is huge. And I don't know how to get her to not be huge anymore, but she's big. I call her Big Miss sometimes. I also need to get them water, but I'll do that in a minute. Let's talk about Estrella's look. So her as Charo, this is the second time we've seen Charo this year. Serena Morena did her for Snatch Game on UK versus the World Season 3, which I desperately want to cover because I love UK versus the World Season 3. But I just need to find the right time. I guess after this season I can maybe do that. It looks like it's probably going to be about a once a week video type situation because of my work, but it's fine. Let's talk about her performance. I giggled, I laughed, I guffawed. I love Estrella so much. And it's because I guess with the other queens, if they weren't funny, I just didn't laugh. But Estrella, even if she wasn't funny, I just love Estrella so much that I was kicking my feet like a little schoolgirl watching it. I was so happy and excited to see her do Snatch Game. And, her as Charo, it was not Charo, but she did Charo. And it was her in a Charo thing. She looked more like Lady Bunny than she did Charo. But, it was so fun. It was so fun. You did such a good job, Estrella. I love you. I don't want her to leave. Don't eliminate Estrella, please. That'd be my 11th, 12th, and 13th reason if they eliminated Estrella. That's just awful. Don't do that. Watch. Next week they're gonna be like, Estrella. And I'm gonna be like, no. she's really like one of the breakout stars of this series. Like, God, I love her, and like her runway look. Oh my God, she does dragon fruit, and like it's so good. It's so good. It's Lee Bowery, Club Kid. It's just so good. Australia, you're so good. You're everything. I love you. She should have been in the top. Vibe should have been safe. She should have been in the top three at least. I love Vibe. I love Vibe, and I love Bette Midler. But like, please, please put Australia in the top. I want to see her lip sync. Please, God, give her a chance. Anyway, she gets two creams. No surprise there. Next up, Michael Maruli. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. I, if you cannot tell, love the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So when I found out somebody was doing Tim Curry, now we've seen Tim Curry done not on Drag Race but on Drag Duel, which is a show that's hosted by the Drag Detective and Boosie, I think her name is, and they do like I didn't live for the first season because it was taking too long, but like the other two seasons came out more consistently, and I liked that. And I think the eventual winner, Tyler Noel, maybe did no, because Hydra won that season. But the person that was in the top two with her did Tim Curry as Frankenfurter, and like she did fine. Well, he did fine, because Drag Duel also features drag kings and limitless pronouns. You know, drag things, drag people, drag artists. And they had like a person that was literally just like Lucky Stars itself, and like had fire and everything, and it was so great. I think that person quit the season, if I'm not mistaken. This isn't a Drag Duel channel though, and it will never be a Drag Duel review channel because girl, that's too much. But I do watch other things other than Drag Race that are drag related, just because I like drag. Not enough to actually do it. I really wish that I could, but I don't have the makeup skills yet. Girl, I put on eyeshadow like a couple weeks ago, and it looked so bad. I was like, okay, well, never mind. There goes that. There goes that fantasy. But let me think here. Right, we were talking about Michael Maruli. The opening line, fabulous, love. The second that opening line stopped, it just did not go anywhere. And I love Tim Curry so much. I really would want to do Tim Curry for Snatch Game. I want to impersonate Tim Curry. I love Tim Curry. Frankenfurter is one of my favorites. I want to play Frankenfurter. But like, I just don't think that Michael did as great of a job as she could have. When she was called safe, I was like, fair enough. Yeah, she did fine, but not great. It did feel good to see her do that, and like I'm so happy that she did it. But like, it could have been done better. I would have just done like quotes from the movies, or even not even Frankenfurter. I would have maybe done one of his other roles, like the concierge from Home Alone 2, or Pennywise from It. Or the devil from that movie that he was in where he played the devil. I don't remember that one, but if I didn't mention it, people would probably put it in the comments. Or even the guy from Fern Gully. Toxic Love, Tim Curry, Toxic Love. Like he has a certain way of moving his voice that like even in the goddamn Beauty and the Beast movie that he was in, he was the best part. Like he tore that, and like when he sings Toxic Love, it's like, okay, I know you're a bad guy, but fuck me, please. Please, God. Michael gets a cream for let's talk about her runway. Pomegranate. She ate She ate and left no crumbs. She ate. I'm sorry, she ate. Um, she did great. I loved it. It reminded me immediately of Persephone and Hades because that's what drew her into the underworld was that she ate the seeds out of a pomegranate. Like, it just reminded me of that because that's immediately when I think of pomegranate juice. Pomegranate juice. What I was gonna say is, when I think of pomegranates, I think of the pom juice thing, shenanigans that never taste good, and the Persephone and Hades thing. Um, she gets a cream for the runway. It's gonna be a cream for the snatch game, but like you could have done it better. But I do enjoy your performance. Let's talk about Lala Ree. I should put Lala Ree before Michael, but oh well. Lala Ree did Rick James as a gay man, and I loved it. Good job. She did a really, really good job going back and forth because last time she did Sugihana, and I'm gonna be completely real. I don't know who that is, and I still don't know who that is. I didn't know who it was back then. Still don't. Sorry to this man. I don't know you. Rick James does Super Freak. Um, and like she did a really good job on the runway. Now I had this pulled up. I had what it was actually called pulled up, and I could probably pull it up again. It was a horned melon. That's basically what the African translation is, horned melon. She did such a good job on this runway that I I usually don't like it when drag queens don't wear wigs. Like Sasha Velour can get away with it because that's her brand, but like Lala Ree sometimes just walks out and goes, "Yep, here's my bald head," and she does it once probably per season, and it's good every single time. But it's also like, girl, really. But like, I don't think she needed hair with this. I think because the spikes went up so much, having hair here would just be like it'd be too much. So like having a bald head, spikes, all this sort of stuff. She looked absolutely great. This is what happens when you give them a runway look that is also not a look that they're going to perform in and has to be run like performance ready. Like when you have stuff where they can't move, it's great. Love. Um, Lalaurie gets two creams. She did a really, really great job. Let's talk about the bottom three. Starting with Miss Jade So. The reason that she is not in the bottom is because she has, I kid you not, the best runway look of the night. She is a jackfruit. If you've never had jackfruit, I would recommend getting some. They are a great meat substitute. Now, I've had jackfruit once before I made jackfruit tacos. Um, Now, I'm not a vegetarian, so I don't need to buy jackfruit, but like, go buy some. Go try it out. You may like it. I'm trying to get y'all hooked on stuff because I know there are some picky eaters out there. Grow up. You're not 7 anymore. Eat. Unless you absolutely can't eat, unless you actually have a like dietary restriction, then don't do anything that I'm telling you to do. Focus on yourself. But like, picky eaters, go eat. Go try new things. Quit being stubborn. I know that it's stubbornness. It's not because you don't want to eat it. It's stubbornness. Yeah, I did jackfruit tacos and they were fine. Girl, just get the chicken. Like I'm recommending to try it, but like you don't like I wouldn't buy it again unless they were like on sale. It was canned jackfruit too. It wasn't actual jackfruit, but like she looked so good. She did so great. I loved this runway. And he made up for a very, very weak snatch game. She was the universe. And I get where she was going. This chakra, type person. But like, but you gotta make it funny. And that was the problem, is that I loved the concept. But she gotta make it funny. And she didn't. She bombed. She did not do a great job. Thank God there were two people that were absolutely horrific in this snatch game. Otherwise, she would have been in trouble. And I do feel like they would have probably sent her home. But luckily, they didn't. She was safe. Good. Good, I'm glad. I don't want her to be in the bottom. Um, Mostly, again, because of the runway. And also, that makeup on Snatch Game was absolutely fabulous. I loved it. She looked so good. She always looks good. Miss Jade So, you are an icon. I love you. Let's talk about Nikita Iman. she did a Tamarillo as the runway. And while I really enjoy her runway look and I like the hair, I'm going to be completely real. I thought that it was a hat originally, and so I was going to come down very harsh on her hair being the same wig over and over. And let me just get this out of the way. She's not in the competition anymore, but like every single look had the exact same wig. And like it got boring after episode 1 and it kept on going and it just I feel bad because the base of the wig that was so great was one of those pussycat wigs again, and I just was like, girl, give it up. Like, I love Nikita Iman, and I feel so bad that she got eliminated here, and I do love her. But as Mary Jane, like, why are we doing the personification of weed? Why? Who said yes to this? And if you're gonna do that, make it funny. Like, she's bombed, I think, both Snatch Games that she did. She's played mythical characters twice. And it just doesn't work for her. Snatch Game does not work for her. And I feel so bad. The runway look is puss, though. There were no bad looks on this runway tonight. She looks absolutely epic in this. I love the hair. Again, I really wish that the base wasn't one of those goddamn, like, wigs that she constantly wore. But, like, she looks so good. And the mug. If Coco Jumbo's the mug of the season, Nikita gets second place. Like, she looks so good. You look so good. I just wish that you were funnier. But I get it. You know, somebody had to be in the bottom and it was you. I wouldn't have sent you home. I really wouldn't have. Cause then we got Floor. And Floor, baby, I love you. I love Floor. I agree with Michelle. You just, you know, just like me, I probably need to keep quiet sometimes too. But like, girl, no. It was so bad. It was so bad. Like, they were like, in the facial expressions you were making were funny. And I was like, kind of. But not really. Like, it was kind of just all bad. But her runway look as the Durian, fabulous. Again, she was able to do that and it looked good. Even like the brown on her, fabulous. Like, she did the damn thing. Like, everybody gets a cream for the runway. Everybody did so good on the runway tonight. It just makes it difficult for me to review their Snatch Game because like I look at that and I when I was watching it I was like, let me just go get my lipstick and pull this right now because you're going home. Like, this is awful. It was bad. I didn't like it. And it's just kind of sad because Floor's bombed both Snatch Games that she's been on, and I think that she got really in her head about it. And Floor, you are so much more than just one bad performance. Nikita, you as well. Jade, you know that already, so I'm not going to tell you that. But like Nikita and Floor, you guys are much more than your bad performances at Snatch Game. Nikita also has weird wigs. No, I'm kidding. Nikita, you have a great mug, and also, like, the energy that you bring, this loving energy that you bring is so great. And Floor, you've made really great TV, and I love you for it. And your runway look was great. But you just should have kept silent in the Snatch Game. These were both crunches for me, but their runways are creams. So we get to the top two, and they walk out, and it's Art Simone and Vibe. And two Down Under girls are in the bottom. And that's the gag, because people are like, oh, which one are they going to choose? And Vibe is like, and Art's like, and I'm like, just send Nikita home and get it over with, because we know you ain't picking Floor's lipstick. Now, Vibe might have. That will be the gag. Vibe might have picked that lipstick, but Art Simone is going based off of track record, bitch. Just probably for this episode. If she's ever in the top again and Down Under Queen in a versus the World Queen are in the bottom, she's going to pick the versus the World Queen. Let's be completely real here. If Coco Jumbo's ever in the bottom again with Art Simone's being like, oh, I wonder who I'm going to pick, blah, 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 Michael Maruli. Like, she won't hesitate. Especially with Coco Jumbo. I don't feel like Coco Jumbo is going to be in the bottom anytime soon. She's not winning this, but she's not going to be in the bottom anytime soon. Maybe she will. I don't know. I hope not, but maybe she will. Um, and that'll be. I feel like Coco, unless a versus the World Queen is in the top, Coco ain't going home because Vibe loves her, and if Vibe's in the top next week, she gonna keep her around. Um, so Art Simone and Vibe are the top two, and they walk out, and immediately I'm like, okay, what's the lip sync song here? They come out in power suits basically, and I was like, oh, they're gonna do like ain't nothing going on but the rent, like this by Gwen Guthrie. This is gonna be like cunt, or they're gonna do like maybe meeting in the ladies' room by Climax, or um something of that nature where like it's this businesswoman like 9 to 5, or something like that, something like fun and like office themed and like that. And then Michelle Visage goes, Physical by Dua Lipa. And immediately I'm like, oh no, not this, not this, please not this. And the lip sync starts. Also, Nikita and Fleur are on the bottom. You knew that already, but they are. Just had to say it for the camera. And this lip sync was real bad. It was bad. It was bad. I hated every moment of it. And it feels awful to say that because, again, I'm in this for the long haul, people. I love Down Under versus the World. I love the cast. I love the queens. Why are we redoing this song? Laganja Estranja dropped from the heavens. She dropped out of Miss Jade So's universe to jump into a split to let Trinity K. Bonet on All Stars 6 know that come on All Stars 6, let's get sickening occur. And then Laganja took off her corset and threw it at Silky, which then empowered her to be a part of the Lip Sync SmackDown and win 6 out of the 7 lip syncs. That's my headcanon, at least. So why are we redoing something that has already been done? And they've done it twice also already with Germany and also Holland season 2. And it's like, this song is not my favorite Dua Lipa song. Or sorry, no, Dua Lipa. Sorry, I forgot I'm gay. I can't say Dua Lipa. I gotta say Dua Lipa. I wish that instead of actually saying by Dua Lipa each and every time, RuPaul just says Dua Lipa. Like, we just need that and carry it forward. I think that Dua Lipa actually does need to change her name to Dua Lipa as well. Because God knows I'm not going to remember Dua Lipa. I will remember Dua Lipa. This lip sync was bad. I think both of them knew it. Art Simone says during kick-ons that, like, they felt the pressure because it's already been done well. And in the middle of the lip sync, Art Simone says, here, wig reveal, I'm now Jane Turner again. But when I guess she took off the wig that made her remember the words to the lip sync, because she took off the wig and was immediately just not lip syncing. And Vibe is also not lip syncing. And both of them are just garbage at this song. And I really wish that it was Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent by Gwen Guthrie, because both of them would have turned it. Both of them. Vibe would have absolutely killed this, but I also think that Vibe tried to throw the lip sync because she did not want to send one of her Down Under Queens home, and so they give the win to Art Simone. It is what it is. Art definitely deserved it. She did a good job in Snatch Game. If it were me, Coco and Estrella would have been top 2. Coco and Estrella would have been top 2. I get what they said about the coconut look, but like, god damn it, her Barry White was hilarious, and Estrella, I want her to win. I want her, Miss Jade So, joint win. Please and thank you. Art Simone could be top 3 because we gotta have a down under queen is making it, obviously. So we gotta have a down under queen. Coco Jumbo could also make it. Lalaurie could also make it. I would be fine with any number of those 5. Vibe could make it. It's sad to say that, like, yes, I'm Team Floor, but, like, I also know full well that, like, she ain't winning this. I love you, Floor. I love you. But, like, they put their eggs in Art Simone and Vibe's baskets at this point, especially with Art Simone. So, like, if you're gonna be a down under queen, like, you gotta get rid of Art Simone, basically. You have to go through Art Simone to win this, or Vibe. get rid of those two, and then we can talk. But like, I just don't see it for you. But like top four, I would allow it. She has the stuff. Like all of these queens have the stuff to go all the way. But I just want Estrella to win. I just want her to win. I love you, Estrella. I would be so sad if you get eliminated. What did you guys think? I know I've been very empowered and impassioned about this, so what did you guys think? Leave your comments down below. Next week is a design challenge, which means Lala Ree is gonna be in trouble. Yay! They just are looking at Lala Ree and they're like, come here, come here. We got something to show you. And Lala goes, what? And she walks over there, and they just punch her straight in the face. Each and every time, Drag Race is like, come here. We're not gonna hurt you. Get over here. Just punches her straight in the face. They're like, you don't want to design an outfit? Too bad. Here's two. Here's two design challenges, Lala Ree. Now cry about it. And Lala Ree's like, bitch, why? And they're like, because we hate you. Alexis Michelle was right. And she's like, ugh. Anyway, next week is the design challenge. It seems to be inspired by like taking old looks and stitching them together, kind of like a Frankenstein thing or a Rocky Horror thing. I don't know. My name's Jacob Ferguson. You already knew that. And I will see you guys next week to talk about that. As for also Canada All-Stars, I'm Team Sammy Landry. Aurora Matrix is probably going to win, but I'm Team Sammy Landry. Also, they did the Puss Puss Goes Into You last week, and also Sammy won Snatch Game, so as Celine Dion. Also, Jada should have won the doll photo shoot because her voodoo doll look was great, so claps for Jada. Claps also for Jada not quitting the competition. Claps also for Aurora Matrix winning that challenge. Claps also for Near Enough absolutely serving it on the stage. Claps for Tiffany & Co. and her vitiligo and all of that jazz. She did an amazing, amazing job. Claps for them also being the best season of strategy ever. And also just claps for Jackie Cox, because we gotta clap for Jackie Cox. I might review the finale. I don't know. I might do a retrospective on it. I don't know. My work has started to pick up, so I will do it when I can. But I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye.